Hello everybody. Well, it's been a huge year this year. 2010 has certainly seen a lot of activity from our activists on our Your Rights at Work team, and thank you very much everybody for all the hard work you did. We of course had the federal election, which was probably the biggest item on our agenda for the year, and I'd like to thank you all for the very hard work you did, because we saw a Labor government return, but perhaps not exactly how we thought it would be. But one thing we can be very proud of is that the Liberal Party and the Coalition did not get the opportunity to bring back work choices, and that's something that you worked really hard for and that we're very pleased about. So congratulations there, and thanks again. With the return of a Labor government, we can look forward to some really good things for workers in the coming years. Superannuation guarantee increasing, which is really important for our retirement incomes. We know that people's entitlements are protected under some new laws that the Labor government has said they will introduce. And of course, one of the big highlights for us is that a paid parental leave scheme is going to be introduced on January 1st. And that's something that the trade union movement fought really, really hard for. We fought for that for years and years, and we're really pleased that at last it's going to be a reality for all working parents out there. So congratulations. I guess before we wind down this year, I'd just like to say a little bit about 2011 and the big year that's coming up next year. We've got quite a few things on our agenda, and there's some things that we'll be asking you to help us with. We are going to be focusing on three main areas next year, very important things for working people. First of all is the issue of equality. This is becoming more and more an issue for working Australians as the distribution of wealth, as they say, is becoming an issue. Particularly the gender pay equity issue. We have our pay equity case that will be ramping up next year, and we'll be asking you to continue to help us fight for better pay for industries that are dominated by women who have been grossly undervalued for many, many years. We're going to be looking at areas of taxation. There is, of course, going to be a big discussion next year about tax and how we can make our tax system fairer and actually fund the things that we think are important. We are going to be looking at climate change, of course. Climate change is going to be big with the multi-party process determining whether or not we can actually establish a price on carbon. And we'll be asking you for your help around a campaign on climate change. And thirdly, something that's very, very important for us is the serious issue developing around the security of work. Less and less Australians are in secure employment. Less than 50% of Australians have full-time secure work. People are in short-term contracts. People are being employed by labour hire on what we think are unfair, casual terms and conditions. So listen out for more about that, because it's going to play a big part in what we do next year, particularly around our campaigning with our Your Rights at Work activists. So having said that, leading into the end of the year and the Christmas New Year period, for those who are having a holiday, good luck to you. Turn off your phones, go away with the family, spend time with your friends, get a bit of time for yourself, and actually have a decent rest. For those of you who work over this period, don't forget to claim your penalty rates and make sure you get treated fairly over this time. For everybody who does have a holiday, remember those people who are still working hard to keep the economy ticking over, and people in our shops, people in our restaurants, people in our service industries, particularly those working in emergency services. Have a little bit of sympathy for them and give them a lot of respect when you actually utilise their services. But apart from that, and from everybody here at the ACTU, I'd like to say have a great break if you can, rest up, and we really look forward to working with you in 2011.